What's up everybody, Judah Holiday here, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about anxiety because I suffer from it and I feel like it's not something that people talk about that openly. I've had anxiety my whole life. I used to be anxious about things like, what are people gonna think of me when I grow older? Am I gonna be able to teach my kids anything? Are my friends gonna think I'm smart? Stuff like that. I'm pretty smart just in general, and I'm still anxious. So I wanna talk about a few things that I do to relieve my anxiety that are non-chemically induced. Okay, so number one, I like to call my friends and lay on them exactly what I'm going through. The way I see it is like, you're my good friend, I'm having like a shitty day. Do you mind if I just like make your day ever so slightly shittier just so that like I could offload some of this on to you? You'll find that like a lot of your friends will be happy to take a piece of your shit and essentially smear it all over their faces. Calling people is really important because it allows you to express yourself in like a way that's not pressured and it's not like this banter. So like you have the ability to just totally pour out your emotions without worrying about any back talk. That's why oftentimes like when you're in an argument, you don't always get a chance to speak everything on your mind because you're constantly getting hit with a comeback. So that's the first thing, I like to talk. The second thing I like to do is I like to feel good. The way I like to immediately feel good is either give my wife a hug, give my dogs a hug, something involving touch like that. If you don't have a human or a living thing to hug, that's fine. You could hug a pillow. I found that when I squeeze tight and put my arms around something, there's some sort of like energy release that makes me feel calm. And the third thing that I love doing when I'm anxious is talking to myself about how I know it's just anxiety, how I know it's not real, how it's just something going on in that moment, whether it's a feeling of like a lump in my throat, or my heart beating fast, or my ears get warm, or I feel nauseous, or I feel like I have a headache, or I feel dizzy, or hungry, or whatever it is, however my anxiety manifests itself, I like to just sort of say, okay, nothing serious is happening, yet I'm experiencing these symptoms, and like it's almost like a child. How long do you want to act like this before we can move on and do something productive? And it doesn't always work because anxiety is like a very, very hard thing to tackle. But I try my best to, to do things that normal people do, such as one-take videos. This is like breaks occur in thought processes. People like hiccup on things and people cough or a phone rings or a dog barks. Those are like the three main things for me. I've been told that exercise works really well, although I hate exercising. It's like sometimes like I'm so anxious like I can't sit still. But sometimes when you're like in this routine of exercising, it's also kind of like standing still. Whether you're running on a treadmill, not moving around, it's like, so exercise would be 4. And I would say number 5 would be beading bracelets. Go to Michael's and for like $3 you could get a bunch of beads and a little string and just spend like an hour putting string through beads. And those are like the top 5 things that I do when I get anxious. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any additional suggestions for me. But comment down below and let's get through this together.